Welcome back to the Michigan Business Beat, brought to you on the Michigan Business Network. Chris Holman broadcasting today from our studios at the Capital Region International Airport in Lansing, Michigan. We're going to run down to Troy, Michigan right now, spend a little time with Jose Flores. He's the CEO of Ancor Automotive. And Jose, I haven't seen you since May. How you doing?
I'm doing excellent. Thanks for having me again, Chris.
Well, it's great to have you on. Let's talk a little bit about Ancor Automotive and what exactly you guys do.
So Ancor Automotive, it's a 40-year-old traditional company. We work with the biggest OEMs and automakers. Our products are data management solutions and labels for the cars. So, for example, one of the most recognized one is the Monroney label or the window sticker. If you go to a dealership, you see on the window the MSRP of the car with the components of the car. That's us. Or if you open the door, if you want to see the tire pressure, right, that's us as well. The certificate of the vehicle, and so other labels. We have more than 40 different type of products.
Hey, so let's talk a little bit about that Monroney Editor. Its importance and its benefits.
Correct. So, and this is us trying to move towards digitalization. So transform and pivot the company from a manufacturing label company to a more digital label company. So the Monroney Editor came out of a necessity of a customer that is bringing vehicles to the U.S. right now while they try to do their own plans. So the Monroney label has, as I said, all the components and the final price. But what if when you have that car that you, as a final customer, already bought, and it's on the boat on the way to the U.S., and you decide to throw a roof rack or change the wheels or something, the Monroney label, it's wrong because it doesn't have those components. So we came to the solution with this customer, and we said, like, hey, what if we do a Monroney Editor that you can go in real time, modify the Monroney, so when the car arrives to the port, you have already the final label there just to put it on the window, instead of scrapping the old label, figuring out and printing a new one and sending it to the port, right? So we set up a import printing system for them, and they can adjust in real time.
Cut scrap, bring things up to date, et cetera, et cetera. Perfect efficiency. So listen, in May, Ancor Automotive held its grand opening for its Innovation Hub. Tell us about that and what's coming out of there.
So the Innovation Hub is our brainchild. I came along with it because we didn't have a room in Ancor that we can just innovate. We didn't have a space to innovate. It's not the same to be on a meeting room trying to brainstorm, that actually being in a space that encourages you to create and innovate. So we have a facility, 20,000 square foot facility, and within that space, we decided to build an innovation hub that it's a total different field. It's a different hat. It's more of an entrepreneurial type of spirit. We have elevator pitch meetings. We chose the projects or the products that we think are going to take off, and then we start developing. So it's like a small software branch out of Ancor Automotive, and it has gone pretty well. I mean, the mindset of the people inside there is they're not afraid to fail, so they can throw 1,000 ideas. No one will judge, and then we'll just pick the ideas that think were the winning ideas, right?
That's perfect. You want those ideas, for goodness sake. So don't let them be intimidated to ask them. Okay, so one of the things that came out of that was the battery passport. Tell us about that.
Yeah, that's our new flagship software that we're developing for some of the automakers right now. Everything is moving towards digitalization and e-mobility, right? The car has more than 90% of semiconductors than a couple of years ago. So the car now, it's a huge computer, very digital. Everything is data, right? Everything needs to be data for you to understand the performance of the car. So with all these new electrical batteries, it also comes the necessity of who's going to manage the data from cradle to grave of those batteries. Who is going to make sure that the mining and the raw material comes from green companies, small carbon footprint, that there's no child labor, for example. And then who's going to make sure that there's the proper recycling for that battery as well? So what we're developing for customers is the battery passport that we actually track from cradle to grave, and you can see the battery, how many times it has been recycled, who were the mining companies, who produced the lithium ion cells, who was the final manufacturer of the battery. So that's our biggest development that we're working on right now, among other solutions.
So in conjunction with that, we got about a minute left. So you're known there at Ancor for your cool culture environment. Tell us about that quickly.
Yeah, it's all about working smart and playing hard. I think culture for us, as we call it, is a very important factor. You need a sense of purpose in the company. You need to wake up and want to go to work. You want to go and see your colleagues, have fun. And I think that's a huge factor for us at Ancor. And that's why we actually on August the 24th, we're going to be celebrated because we won Crane's Best Places to Work.
That's it. Listen, when we get off the air, I want an application. Jose Flores, who's the CEO of Ancor Automotive in Troy, Michigan. Thanks for joining us, my friend. Keep up the good work.
Thanks, Chris.
You've been watching the Michigan Business Beat on the Michigan Business Network. I'm Chris Holman.